Well, my name is Dr. Joe DeMay, and I've been in the Williamsport area since 1992 as a general pediatrician. So I see all ages, from all kids from birth to 18 at the youngest, sometimes later than that. My upbringing is actually in the Midwest. I'm an Illinoisan, and went to college there, then medical school in Nashville, Tennessee, at Vanderbilt School of Medicine. And that's where I decided what residency to go into, to pediatrics. I joined the Navy there, so I was a Navy doctor and took care of Navy kids and Marine Corps kids in Jacksonville, Florida. And then got out of the Navy and ended up here. Now I have close to 4,000 to 5,000 active. It's really been a lot of kids. So I'm a Christian, have been since I was a young boy. And so that part of the reason I went into medicine was to extend what we call extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. It's been great. So I always would, look for parallels between my faith and medicine and modern medicine, and really think a lot about what does it all mean. And it came to a head when in December of 2017, when another little newborn was born over in the hospital, just like every other one. It looked perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. And he ended up having born with congenital cancer in the worst form, with 85 to 100% mortality. And he was diagnosed at 3 days old. The way he was diagnosed with was, I guess, the main stimulus, because there was nothing wrong with him. There was nothing wrong with him. One of the tests we use to assess jaundice, which is something we worry about when they get too jaundiced, not when they're not jaundiced, kept reading 0, which you'd think, oh, that's good, he's not jaundiced, but it shouldn't read 0. And I pondered over that for a few, right before he went home, I thought, this is just dumb. So let's just get a bilirubin. That's the thing we're assessing with that, and see what that is. But that wouldn't have told me what was wrong. And for no reason at all, I ordered another blood test, the blood counts, and that showed that he had the cancer. So it was a fortuitous, I guess is a way to say, way he would have died had he gone home that day. The oncologist from Geisinger called the following day and said he would have died within 12 hours. So he was saved. Long story short, he's now 2.5 years old, wonderfully healthy, perfectly healthy, healed. He doesn't have cancer anymore. That just really influenced me. And so that brought to light all these things that I've been pondering. It gelled it, into something solid for me. And I'm part of an active church, and I would put updates about him on a church prayer line. The more I wrote, the more I had to write. And there was a real urgency to it. But they were written for a year, Monday through Friday, kind of morning devotionals. I'm a very much early bird, and I'd send these out at like 3:30 in the morning. And then people reading them would say, this really ought to be a book because it's pretty good. And that's how it became a book. I never would have dreamed of doing that because I'm way too busy to do that. But in little segments like that, like daily, I was able to do it. And that was the Lord directing that. He knew if he had asked me to do that, I'd say, no, I can't. I don't have the time. He gave the time. So it turned out to be a miraculous thing to me how it ever came about. I look at it and say, how did this happen? Because in reading it now, I don't recall writing it. So no one knows me just around here as a doctor, but so I can't get a publisher and say, hey, do you mind publishing? This is what's called self-publishing, right? So you have to finance it, and it's a lot. But Westbow Press is the name of the publisher. They did a wonderful job editing and going through it and just making it into a good book. I'm not an author, right? I keep pointing that out to them. Like, I'm just a doctor who happened to write this. Because it's different. Authors, that's what they do for a living. This is a really difficult time in our country and in the world. And this kind of message that there is hope, that's a good message. And that's what it's about. There's nothing about me in there. It's about the Lord. And that's the beauty of it. The doctors I've interacted with, primarily this little boy, were very thankful to get it. On Amazon, when it came out through the first month, we were either number 1 through 3 as far as new releases in that category, Christian meditation. That's Max Lucado. There's a lot of big names in that too. There's a podcast going to come up, advertised on Bible Gateway, which is a widely used app. I think the book is good and worth the investment. So we do consignment with the bookstores, so that's how it gets out there. What I do is give them away like crazy in here, though, because I just feel, I want this person to have it. Here's all I can say. I was a faithful recorder of what I was given to write, and it's good. And the rest is up to the Lord. He'll take care of it.